Welcome to Movie Complex. If this is your first time here, please subscribe and hit the notification bell so that you don't miss any of the latest Quibi Show reviews. Now let's get into the review. Boca A Boca is a Netflix original series about how a contagious disease spread by kissing affects the youth of a cattle ranching town in Brazil's countryside. This show has 6 45-minute episodes of beautifully colored, teenage-driven narrative of an epidemic through their perspective, and I really like that. With our current state of affairs, adults don't often take into account the perspective of the youth that this epidemic also affects. The first episode starts off with a cold open of the first victim affected by the new disease. She's taken to the hospital and the principal starts calling our main characters into the office to get their side of the story. From there, we get to see the pieces of what has happened through their flashbacks, and I thought that was a great way to introduce and draw the audience into the story. Once the audience is caught up, we proceed with the traditional linear storytelling style. I believe the disease is really an analogy for the teenage experience. What I mean by this is, some of the unexplainable aspects of teenagers, like their emotions, lack of empathy, recklessness, and total disconnect from their parents, are all traits of the disease. I'm not going to go into too much detail about the story, but in order to break the disease, it requires the parents to take the teenagers under their care and begin the process of reconnecting to get them back. It gets the parents and the teenager involved to solve the problem. I hope I'm not reading too much into the story, but damn, that's deep. I like how the filmmakers are not afraid to take chances on shifting focus from main characters to supporting characters to help better tell the story, and then shift to other issues. Speaking of issues, this show tackles some pretty tough and interesting social issues. This show is about teenagers, so of course we have themes relating to self-identity, trust and mistrust between friends and family, social media, misinformation, sex, and love. But to a lesser extent, the filmmakers do touch on holistic medicine versus non-holistic medicine with a dash of classism. I thought that was so dope they weren't afraid to go there. In this show, all teenagers are created equal. They do the typical stupid teenager things that stupid American teenagers do in regards to social media. It's so relatable on so many levels. In Boca A Boca, the principal is this hard-ass woman that got our main characters' numbers and their weaknesses. But later on we find out in the show that even she doesn't have all her shit together. I have mixed feelings about the cult in this story. When you first hear about them, they're perceived as this notoriously bad cult that has a negative effect on everyone. But they also do good stuff. And they're nomadic when they need to be. And they're more flower child centric than malicious. See what I mean? Mixed bag. Our main characters are not perfect by all means. They still have their flaws. They're teenagers. One character hasn't come to terms about their sexuality, even though it was hinted at during the first couple of episodes. While you have another one who knows what they want but suppresses his true self from his family and friends. And another one who just doesn't give a shit. This one's all like, I am who I am, so deal with it. And eventually we'll pay the consequences for it. All in all, when I think about it, Boca A Boca was a lot deeper than I thought it would be, and I love when filmmakers do that to me. I love the characters, I like the concept, I love the small town setting, and it was super relatable and entertaining. I give Boca A Boca a 9 out of 10. If you haven't seen it, give it a try. It's on Netflix. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell to get notified of new content. When do I post new content? Every Saturday. Next Saturday, I'll be reviewing Die Hard, the Kevin Hart action comedy on Quibi. See you there. This is Movie Complex, your place for bite-sized reviews.